Okay, let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Vasu Deshpande from Easylib Software. Can you confirm, Kshama, you are able to see my video as well as the screen? Kshama, can you confirm? Kshama, I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. You can see both video and audio, right? And hear the audio.
Yeah.
Video is also there. Okay, good. Um, okay, let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Vasu Deshpande from Easylib Software Private Limited. And now it's 303. Okay, let's get started. So today's the topic of the webinar is going to be EasyOne Campus ERP or EasyOne Enterprise System, Enterprise Management System, EasyOne EMS. What do we mean by EasyOne Enterprise Management System is that it should be one system that we are targeting. That EasyOne should be one system that your organization uses for all your functions. Okay, entirely everything that you require for your organization, or rather majority of the things that you would require in your organization, you should be able to achieve by using EasyOne software. So initially we started with Easylib, that is for the libraries alone. Then we transformed into EasyOne Campus ERP. Now the next goal is EasyOne EMS Enterprise or the Entity Management System. So that helps the organizations use this one application for all their operations. So today's focus is EasyOne Campus ERP. So we are going to focus on how this software is going to help manage your educational institute as a whole. Okay, so this webinar is going to be about, I'll try to cover this in about 45 minutes. Then we will have the question and answers as you have the questions, right? So kindly post them onto the chat or in the question answer session. I'll be able to take the QA at the end. Okay. So we have got quite a few of the participants on this webinar. We also have many of our Easylib team members. We are a team of over 10 people at Bangalore. This entirely the software is developed in India with the help of our team members. So a lot of about 8 years of research has gone into developing this software. As of now, our library software, Easylib software, runs at around close to 600 plus institutions, out of which 225 of them use our latest version. That's either Easylib 6.4 a cloud version or Easylib 8.4 a cloud version for their libraries. Okay. So this is the home page that you see when you become our customer. So it's here I have logged into espl82.easylib.net. When you become our customer, you will get a URL like test.easylib.net or easy1.net, yourcollege.easylib.net, okay, or easy1.net. That is how the URL is this. Why I'm showing this? This is from the day one itself. From day one itself, it's a cloud application. That means that you don't have to invest on the local servers. So entire server procurement, server maintenance, configuration, daily patches, the patches that need to be deployed, daily backup, as well as all other maintenance activities are done by Easylib team itself. So we have invested heavily on the server. So this data center is at Whitefield over here, and we are trying to provide you the service as good as AWS or Microsoft Azure. Those people have got on their cloud, and so our goal is that you can rely on our software. Our commitment is threefold: superior software. The software that you use should be the most advanced one. Second is reliable service. We commit that our team members will give you the best possible service. And thirdly, continuous innovation. So that means we will keep on adding more and more functions as the scenario, the environment changes, and then more changes are required into the system. So when you become our customer, you will get a URL that you can use it straight away, yourcollege.easylib.net. Okay, so here I have logged into our test instance esql.et2.net. This is configurable. You can configure it for the library, you can configure it for the system administrator, configure it for the professors, configure it for principal, students, and all that. These are all the different blocks, the announcement, useful links, informally live events, the search in, featured books, and so on. You can retain only the whichever ones you want that you wanted to show when you log into the Campus ERP. For us, it's one system and all the data is at one place, helping you run your entire operation through one single window. Okay, so let me get started here. Okay, so I am going to start with the student login. Okay, so there are two ways the students can log in. This is again, as I speak, we have a major enhancement that is just deployed right now. Okay, so the major enhancement is that we will have one URL that entire all your students can use across all the colleges. So Vasu MD here, I log in, and if this email happens to be in the students database already that you have linked in, so there will be one email you will get. Okay, so that will be the OTP over here. So 280603 280603. Let me tell you why we have gone to this OTP based login. This is to make sure that the chances of people logging with some other ID are reduced. Okay, so here this will already list which of the organizations I'm already part of it and what are the roles I have got. So now I will log in with ESQL 0108. I am a student of one particular college. Okay, so Easylib Academy, I'm a student. So I'll say go to dashboard. Okay, so I am now logged into the Campus ERP student login portal. It has displayed my photograph and it's going to give the details of, okay, so if it is configured for library, it's configuring showing the library information, but there are many more over here. So students, when they log in, they'll be able to start with, let's say, because this is extending from the library, you will see the library one over here. So the books borrowed, books requested, what are the featured books, what are the fines, and all that. So this is the library function that the students will use. My studies, this is one important one wherein you can run your entire learning management system in Easylib. So when I log in over here as a student, I am a student of this particular academy and I am enrolled in EasyOne application user. I am enrolled in MBA first year, BCom first year, second year, and so on. So this one, what I am showing, it's not yet released to the customers, but it is almost getting ready to be released to the customer, wherein it will list out all the students, what they are enrolled in, what grade, section, batch, class, everything they are enrolled in. And our goal is that gradually they should be able to see the courses, the sessions, the session material, and all that. So let me do one thing. I will log in as a student directly in this platform. Okay. So in future, the students don't have to log in the ID password. So now, so when they log in over here, they'll be able to see what all courses they are enrolled in. I showed in the other one. When you click on the courses, suppose I am enrolled in the integrated MBA, and I am going to see in the integrated MBA, there are 5 subjects. Strategic, integrated MBA about marketing management, managerial communication, writing persuasion. These are the 5 subjects. So now, as a student, I'm logged in as a student. So when I click on marketing management, I'll see my marketing professor, what all sessions he's going to take. So now those of you who are faculties, right? You can divide your one semester into, let's say, 16 weeks or 20 weeks. For those 20 weeks, you will set up all the 20 weeks curriculum. What are you going to teach in the 13th week, 14th week, 15th, 16th? You can do the pretty good pre-planning upfront here. And the beauty is that one time you do, you can keep on using it next year also. One time you do, you can use it to your sister organizations, other colleges that you have got. Okay. So this provides a real powerful feature where all the documentation is done at one place and the execution can happen smoothly without any hindrances. When you're conducting the classes, you don't have to think too much on what to cover today. Okay, because everything is over here. So here is the subject marketing management under integrated MBA. These are the 20 weeks of the session. And each week, what am I going to cover? What are the session material? Okay, so you can say this first week, what is marketing? You can ask the student, okay, read this material. What is marketing? Go and read this. Okay, so you can give them see this particular video, you take this particular test, cover this particular assignment. All of that you can pretty much manage using this system here. Okay, so now because the student is logged in, he is able to smoothly navigate, logging in as a student, see what grade and section I am enrolled in, what semester I am enrolled in, that particular semester, what all the subjects are there, and each semester for that particular subject, what are the weekly schedules, under that weekly schedule, what am I supposed to study. So smoothly it will ensure that students are able to read the material. And the best part is that as a faculty, you also have the power to see which student has gone through which material. So that way, in the exam, when you take an exam, already the student has studied, the term has completed, and you are taking the exam to tell the students how much he has studied. So somebody gets about, let's say, 60%. What it means? He has covered the percent 60%. But for somebody to understand thoroughly, he has to read more, right? Now, exam will give a reflection. It's a mirror. But this particular learning management makes sure that students are going to study everything that they are supposed to study. Imagine the difference here. On one side, you are taking the exam after the semester. But here you are making sure that week on week basis, you are tracking how is the progress of the student. So our ambition is that by using EasyOne system, automatically the students' quality of the education should go up. Why this is so important? When the students study well, they will be able to contribute more to the profession. They can do a better job when they come out of the college. And when they are in the college, they enroll into higher study, they can come up with more and more research papers. Correct? So that is how this EasyOne is designed to make sure that overall quality of the education should go up. Okay, so this is the student login wherein we saw the students, what all he is supposed to study each week. Okay, now let me go down over here. See, there are quite a few other functions that the students will cover here. Okay, so let me, in the paucity of the time, right, I'm not going to cover everything, but I will cover more when I log in as administrator, because whatever you set up in the administrator, whichever is applicable, will come here. Right? So, okay. So one example, the fees receipt, no issues. You can see the fees receipts. What are the fees they have paid? They can quickly generate and see the receipt and then download it. Why do we do the computerization? Three purposes. One, it should help you achieve your primary goals. If you happen to be a company, one of the goals of the company is to increase the revenue of the company. When you are in a college, your goal is that you want to get most students, you want to get the best service possible, you want to speed up the activities, overall the efficiency of the organization improves. And if you are counting how many students are there, and the count of the students should increase year on. Second, why you invest? You are going to invest to increase the efficiency, reduce the expenses. So receipts, rather than writing in the paper and giving it, you can directly generate and give it more here. And the third one is the compliance part, because there is the AICT you have to report to. The UGC is there, your own university is there, your management is there, and the NIRF body, NAC, NBA, so many of them, just 7 of them I listed. There could be many more. So Easylib makes sure that through this EasyOne system, you are able to maintain all your documentation easily accessible. It could be the financial data, it could be the academic data, it could be the performance data. You can govern the access who has got what, and only that access will be given to the person. So overall, it will really help you increase the efficiency of your organization and then make the information available to the relevant authorities for the compliance purpose. One example, let me take it over here. So that example is one of the things that the rating organizations wanted, how many publications you have published. Very simple. Here, you can simply click on OP, see the list of all the publications. Expecting me to log in, so that's why it's not coming here. So maybe the security is not there, but otherwise it's going to list out all the publications that the college has done. So you can create a ID for the NAC and then give it to the NAC. Or if you want, you can open it up also. Anybody can see it. Okay. All right. So let me log in as a faculty here or administrator. Now let me close out all other windows. Okay, so all right. So now let me log in as an administrator here. By the way, I have asked all our team members to join, especially the developers here, because any improvements you require, they should be able to work on it. Okay, so now I just logged in as a student and I showed you the LMS part alone. Now let's go into the whole ERP in a very detailed way. What all an ERP contents? When I look at it, an ERP contains all this: student services, student counseling. You are going to counsel the students to get admission in your organization. Admission management. You create a student master data. Then you have got the student interaction. Student should be able to open the request. You take care of that. Any grievances, certificates, there is a student information. Further teaching, you are going to cover the learning management, course, syllabus, assessment, assignment, all of this. Obviously, library is a part of this. Then in the administration, you have got the admissions happening, accounts, fees, approvals, all that thing. Going further down, you got a lot of reports. You want to take the timetable. Of course, there is a attendance, notifications, and so on. Okay, so all these are there. Plus, there are many more features I'm going to list. So our goal is that whatever you require automation, it's in the Easylib. So this is the complete menu list over here. As you see, there are about 50 modules. Even if I take 2 minutes for each module, it's going to take about 100 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to quickly cover the highlights of it. First, you want to start with the establishment. You first define a college here. Okay, these are the colleges we have defined. You define the colleges. Then you go to the setup, and for each college, you define what all you are going to teach. So you will go to the grade. What all am I going to teach in our college? Aryabhatta International School has got CBSE 8th grade, 1-year course. Bharatiya Vidya Kendra one, first grade Kannada medium. Then another one, and you can choose pretty much whatever you want. There are so many parallel things we have deployed. Our goal is that you can use this software for managing your entire university or your society. If has got about 10, 20 institutes under one umbrella, you can manage everything over here. Shakuntala Devi College has got BCom first year semester. First year, first semester is all that you are defining here. Whether it's a trimester, whether it's year wise, or it's a semester, everything you can maintain in Easylib. So you first define the college. Second, you have defined the grade. Now, what are you going to teach in each grade? You will define in the subjects. See what we have done, the software should flow like a story. Smoothly should flow on. So that's why I'm just showing you how you can smoothly operate this. So in Aryabhatta International School, subject code so and so, 8th cultural programs. So now if I take the Shakuntala Devi College, you have got business communication being taught in BCom first year. BCom first year also has a business management, business organization. You can define exactly as per the university. Okay, so you define all the subjects. Again, there are multiple types of subjects here. Some of them are core subjects, some of them are elective. No problem, you define everything. All of them is possible to be added here. All right, we did the basic setup. Now let's take the admission form. Admission form is very simple. You can define the admission form at one place and you take the admissions over here. Okay, so one of the links will be provided here, admission screen. So the students will enter their application number, password, okay, or if I say new application, then they can start with the new application. They'll enter their institute, academic year, grade information, basic, this one, first name, last name, Aadhaar, their parents' information, their academic information, their marks card details, their entrance exam details, all of them they enter. There is one more form, customized form, you can even enhance that also. So what we have done, we have tried to develop the software such that it's the most advanced software. At the same time, it allows you to have most flexibility because Some colleges may want totally different information to be captured, so which we may not know even as a programmer. So one option is that we have to keep doing the changes. Other option is that give you ability to design the form. You can design the form, collect the information. Very simple. The students can enter all this information. Once they enter it, that data will come and sit in the admissions module here. Okay, so I go here, I see the admissions module. What all students, if I take the Shakuntala Devi College, it's going to, for this academic year, how many people have submitted. Okay, if I want to see all the data here, I can see this complete list. There is a lot of test data, we have to clean up that. So that's our, so Rohan, you are on the call. Why don't you note down these action items, clean up the sample data, we don't want to see this null over here. Okay, all right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now let me go over here. So now this is the data of all the student applications. So many applications have been entered through online. Okay, and application number, you click on it, you will see the application form that the student has submitted, right? And because you are logged in as administrator, you can see and then verify that. Verify and decide whether you want to grant the admission or not grant the admission, rejected or waiting. Then of course there is the automatic mail is there. You can take the print because for filing purpose, if you need, no issues, you can take the print. So once you do that, you have granted the student admission to your college. Then you got to create the master data of the student. So master data of the students gets created by, you can simply go here. When you grant the admission, students comes with an application form. Sir, I have been granted this admission. I got this mail. I want to make admission. So you look at that admission form that he has filled it, and there is an application number over there. That application number, just you fill it over here. Whatever is the application number, you fill it. All the data, whatever he has put it in that, right? So it's going to come here. Let me see if there is a sample data over here. I can click and all the data will come here. Okay, so it's again very simple. So let me clarify once again. Basically, what I'm telling is that you will be able to reuse the data that's already there. 000015. Okay, so application number 000015. You can get the data. Here's the ID, name, all that whatever is there over here gets transferred here. Okay, then you simply give what is the students. If you are giving 25 BCom 010, and give it and press add button. Simple. All the data that was filled in the application gets transferred to your master data. You can ask the student to smile, take the picture, add it. Very simple. And if the photo is already there, even that also will get copied over here. Okay, now you have created the student master data, right? Then after that, obviously the student has to pay the fees, right? So now let's go to the student fee module here. So how that works? So fee module. When somebody wants to get the admission, you may collect some advance. Then he has to pay the rest of the fees. So you would do this upfront earlier itself. So now if I take this Shakuntala Devi College, it has got 4 fees set up. 2006 engineering admissions. This is the sample data, right? So we have fed all different kind of data. Campus development fee, social training fee. So these are all the different fees. Okay, and this you can even set it by grade or for all grades. They have put it as null. That means everybody has to pay this fee. So in your college, in your school, you set up this fee. If you happen to be a degree college, first year admission fee, first year hostel fee, first year sports fee. Set up all this fees one time, you do that. Okay, then one time you do that, you can build even this upfront schedule also. So all these fees are there, and then choose whichever one. Click on this who has to pay what fee, and then choose what fee. Okay, this is the fee that everybody is supposed to pay. Build the schedule. It builds a complete schedule. Give the dashboard of what all fee what all students have to pay upfront. Right? In fact, if you want, you can even give this earlier, upfront, you can generate this, then only change the name. Okay. So that way it becomes much faster, much easier actually. All right. So now this fee schedule is built. Fee schedule, this gives a complete picture of who has to pay, what amount and when. Now comes the payment part. Payment part, right? We had logged in on the other side. I'm just, let me see whether I have got it logged in or I have logged in, logged out over here. So let me go here. That is the global, right? Global.easylib.net. When I log in there, I am going to see, okay, let me see. I have to see this one. It's pretty much, yeah, here I'm logged in here. I'm logging in as with the OTP. It's of course logged out because a long time back I had logged in, right? Did I click sending this OTP? Okay, so I get the OTP and I log in. And when I log in over here, I am going to see the what fees I need to pay to whom. So once the fees is paid, then all the data is going to be visible in the fee module. And now, what about the online payment? Even that is also very simple. Multiple options are available. One, if you have integrated already with the SBI kind of thing, all you have to do is get that URL give to us. So we will be able to add that URL in the fee payment screen. So when the students click on this, automatically it will go to the SBI portal. They will pay the fees there and then come back to Easylib. So this is when you have already integrated with the platform. Alternatively, you can display one QR code in our software. Student will be able to go scan that particular QR code, pay the fees, and then enter the transaction number here. That's another one. Third one, within itself, it can go through the CC Avenue gateway or any other gateway. Okay. So there are multiple gateways. We will work with you on the fee payment online. Okay. So now we have got the fee payment done. Of course, there are lots of reports. If I go to the fee payment report, right, there is a student fee report. This tells you that, let me just click on it. What I'll see, this member ID, this name, this mobile number, this fee, how much he has to pay, how much he has paid, all that. Again, you can filter it by institute, academic year, reason for. There are many more searches also coming up. Rohan wrote it down. Okay, more searches are going to come, which will help you get a clear dashboard of how much is the expected fee to be collected, how much is collected, how much is pending to be collected. Okay, all right. Now you have granted the admission. Student also paid the fee. You got to give the ID card, right? No issue. Just click on the ID card button. There is a full-fledged ID card module in our Easylib. So you can design the ID card in Easylib. Pick up. There are so many ID cards formats here. Pick up any of them or create a new one. So this is a sample one. It's our team will of course work with you. Exactly, you can create like this. Your college name, student's photograph, bottom, his name, ID, address, phone number, emergency contact details, backside your roles. Everything is configured in Easylib. You can, once you have designed it, you will simply go here to the screen, choose whatever you have designed it, right? And click on that. Suppose let me check whether this is already there. See now, it's designed like this. Okay, so they have put Stanford College card, his name, his photograph, they have configured it here, but also left a blank. We will work with you on saying that this is not the method, so you need to change it. If you see college student ID card, another format. See, this is the vertical format. Your college, your city, your logo, your student's photo, your student's name, member ID, department, phone number, address book, everything can come. Simply, you can take this print on an A4 size, cut it, laminate it, give to the students. Very easy. Or if you have a Evolvis printer, you can send the data to the Evolvis printer also and the PDF copy. Okay. So this is the ID card generation. Now there is a barcode also that you can generate the barcode. Okay, so that's what this is working. Okay, now you have given the ID card to the student. Let me, in the meantime, I'll pause for a minute. If you have any questions, kindly type it out. Oh, I forgot. Usually all our webinars are 1 hour. This webinar is 1.5 hours. So yeah, I'm not running late. I think we are on time. So the discussion, the session will continue for another 45 minutes, and then we'll take the question answer. Okay. So now you define the college, you define the academic grade, you define the subjects, you defined, you designed the application form, you took the application form, you created a master member ready, you collected the fees, and you gave the student ID card. Smooth process till now. Now you want to teach the students, right? So now there are three parallel things that are going to happen. What is going to be taught? That is in the learning management system. When are you going to teach? That is in the timetable system. Who has been attending and who has not been attending? That's in the attendance management system. Where shall we start? Maybe let's well start with the learning management system. So simple learning management system. Here in Easylib, we have designed the such that system such that it supports both state education policy. That is the old traditional system, right? BCom first year, second year, or first semester, second semester, fixed set of subjects, and so on. New education policy, where it gives the complete freedom. You may be in BCom first year, I may be BCom first year, but I am studying three different subjects, you are studying three different subjects. What you study in first year, I may be studying in the second year, and vice versa. So that new education policy gives a complete freedom on what each student can study in each year. As long as they complete the number of credits, they'll get a degree. So very good for interdisciplinary approach. Why this interdisciplinary approach? Say, take this mobile. If somebody needs to become a mobile manufacturing engineer, right? He needs to learn about the electronics. He needs to learn this plastic because this, it has got lots of plastic components. He needs to do a front end view because the mobile you design should be beautiful, right? So he needs to study about the marketing because he needs to market it, right? He needs to do with the sales, communication skills, the microprocessor which is inside it, software parts. There are so many of them. As per the new education policy, you have the opportunity for this. You can give the opportunity to students to mix and match and come up with their own degree. Is it the best one or our traditional system is best? That's debatable. So, as software engineers, we have given you or we are giving you the ability to choose either the traditional education system or the new education policy or come up with your own. Absolutely fine. You can define it the way you wish. So the integrated MBA that we had defined in somewhere in the, I think, Eisenberg School of Management or CK Prahalad Institute of Management, integrated MBA allows, defines entire MBA of about 2 years, but there are no semesters in that. No fixed subjects in each semester. There will be first semester, second semester, but no fixed subject. Any subject can be added there. But if you want, suppose for example, if I go to the Shakuntala Devi, here we have defined first year semester. Okay. For our training purpose, what we will do is we will cover both. We'll take one of them. However you fit is up to you. But we will first do is define a course. Okay. Now we had taken that marketing one, right? So let me take that Eisenberg, what is that called? CK Prahalad Institute of Management. In that, you had got the different subjects here. Okay. So IIBS, course name, academic, and all that. So you have defined it. Then you are going to define the subject. Okay. Maybe I think I renamed it. Let's go to one of these subjects. If you want a subject here, so marketing management, what we saw, right? So CK Prahalad, oh, I had taken 23. I was searching in a different academic year. That's why I'm not showing you. By the way, let me tell you, the Easylib database design is really strong, I can tell you. Because, you can literally change the syllabus each year. What semester, what you are going to teach in what session. So in 23-24, this year, I defined first session of CK Prahalad Institute of Management, Marketing Management was this particular topic called what is marketing. What was the second one? What was the third one, fourth one, and so on. This year, if you want to change it, no problem. You can simply change whatever you want. The one of last year will not get affected at all. We have that scheme, right? 2021 scheme, 25 scheme, 18 scheme, as per that. You can define it. Okay, so now here you are defining what you are going to teach in each of the sessions of that marketing management. So here I think 20, 25, something like that we had defined, right? Okay, 16 of them rather. You define. Under that, what all subjects they have to study? Now you define it over here. Okay. So again here you define. So marketing, what we are seeing. What is marketing? We added this material. Next material. Next material. Like all this is a one-time activity that you do. Your faculties do or your administrators can do. Okay. Or a department coordinator can do. So one time it may look like a cumbersome activity, but absolutely worth it. You define it, add it over here. When the students log in, they'll be able to see a beautiful view of what am I supposed to study in. Right? So this is how you set up. Then there are lots of reports here. Who has gone through what material? When they have gone through, all of that you can see. Now, this courses. Courses is another one where you don't even define all this year-wise. Directly you can start offering the courses independently. This college, 20 courses being offered, one semester each. No problem. You can define the courses, build the same course sessions, material and all that. And if you happen to be a traditional college, define the courses, plug and play into what is going to be called as the, these are the 20 subjects. These exactly 12 subjects will form as a BCom degree. These 12 subjects will form as a BSc degree. Another 12 subjects will form as a BA degree. Like that, you can mix and match it. So now again, so here we have got, so we have defined our courses, session material. That's going to be taught in each syllabus, each year of each semester subject course under the session. If you have already the data, Easylib gives you a lot of import facility also. You don't have to key in one by one. You can simply take the last year data, type it in Excel format, whichever you are comfortable, simply import it. Or otherwise, you can log in and create one by one. Both options are available here. So this is the learning management part. Now, as I said earlier, when the students log in, right, that learning management system, so here, either I log in as a global admin or when I log in as a student here, right? So let me log in again. Come on. Okay. Sorry, what did I press? One moment. I am logging in as a student over here. So I am seeing this login under my studies. It's going to show me what am I supposed to study. So whatever you have set up there is going to show here. Students, as you see, don't have the ability to modify this data. At the max, they can view it when they click on YouTube. The YouTube link will open. Okay. And one count goes up saying that, okay, so and so student has studied this material. Okay. All right. So we covered the learning management. Of course, you can put the tests, assignments, everything you can put it. Even the you can ask them to upload the document exams. No? When they write the exam, you can simply ask them to upload it. There is no need of any sending it by email, WhatsApp, and all that. There is an option called My Documents here somewhere. Okay. So they will be able to upload that document here. Add a document. Write the exam paper, scan it, upload it. Simple as that. Okay, so let me close the students part. Now let me go back here. So this was the input. So now what we did, we covered the learning management part. So now let me go to the timetable part. Timetable, again, we have gone really deep because some of you call Monday as the first day of the week. For some colleges, Monday is a holiday, Tuesday is the first working day. Some colleges, Friday is a holiday, Saturday is the first working day of the week. So what we have done in Easylib is that we have given you the freedom to define your own weekday schedule. Define your class timetable, classes, whether start at 8 o'clock, whether they're going to start at 10 o'clock, because in CK Prahlad Institute Management, first period means 8 to 9, 8 to 8:55. Whereas in Shakuntala Devi College, it's 9 to 10. Here it is a 55-minute class, here is a 60-minute class. So absolutely there is no hard code in Easylib. Everything is configurable because this helps you really configure the things the way you want it without having to depend on programmer's help. And the beauty is that you can also change this in the next academic year. Perfect. Okay, so you define all these parameters. Then you define this class parameter. What is this class parameter? Here in the CK Prahlad Institute of Management, this is the class ID. Business data analysis is going to be taught in MBA first year A. How many classes per week? 5. Daily how many? 1. First period, can it be on the first period? Yes. Can it be the last period? That is also yes. Why these are 4 important? 5 items important. If you for first language, right? Usually there are 10 classes or 9 classes in a week. But all 9 you don't complete in one day, right? You take 2 hours per day. So that's what it tells. Marketing management here, right? Business data is 5 classes per week, but every day only 1 class. And it can be first period, no problem. Because sports, you don't want to put it in the first period. The toughest subject, mathematics, you don't want to put it at the last period. So that's why Easylib helps you track all this data, because when the automatic timetable kicks in, at that time it will use that parameter. Or even when you are doing the timetable manually, then also it will give a warning saying that, okay, you are setting this very tough subject as the last period. Think it again. Okay, so software should help you not only feed the data, it should help you do the better job. So that is the purpose why we have made it very exhaustive to cover all these things over here. Again, there are a lot of reports you can take. Now there is a batch. What is this batch? Those of you who are from the science background, you see that there is a practical batch. A course session will have about 40 students, but a practical batch will have only 10 students. Right? So suppose there is a engineering or a medical. Each medical A section will have 120 students in one class. But when it comes to the practical, there are only 10 people. So A section, B section have about 120, 120 or 60 and 60. MBBS first year. But for the batch, there are 10 different batches here. And there is no relation. Somebody who is in the B section can be in the batch 1, somebody in the batch 2, maybe in A section. No issues. All that will be possible over here. Okay, this is one wherein you build the actual timetable here. In Easylib, we call Easylib as an ATM kind of application. Why we call it as an ATM kind of application? If you look at the screen, it is all displaying all this numbers, text and all that. Just like your ATM screen. It's very plain. It asks you to only put the numbers. You enter the amount, you enter the PIN, withdraw, and then it gives the money. So the focus there is making sure that transaction happens thoroughly. What we have done in Easylib is that one only. Why our screens are yet to become so beautiful? Because that is our next work that we are already have begun work. So if you see our EasySQL global, right, when the global.easylib.net, those screens are much more beautiful. And the beauty is that they all run on the same master database run out of it. So at this moment, the screen may look little table kind of thing, but this one is built to provide a solid functionality, run with thousands of students' data, run in a heavy load, and be a system that you can trust. Just like ATM, when you go and withdraw some amount from the bank, 5,000 rupees you draw, only 5,000 gets deducted from your account. That is what is Easylib should be for your all functions. Okay, so now weekly template. So now here there is another weekly template view also. Okay, there is a complete timetable view. Aryabhatta school, no? There are different views here. Okay, so build. Let me show you one of these Aryabhatta, right? Okay. All right. Here, so if I choose only the Monday, Aryabhatta school, Monday, this particular faculty from 8 to 8:35 is going to take English, Kannada, mathematics, and which grade? I think there is another option. So ESPL 101 is busy in only these 3 classes on Monday. This one on this day. So if you want to select some other staff of, because this particular faculty is not available, you know which exactly the classes you have to stop. So then there is a class-wise timetable report. So here, you can choose one of the classes. Okay, if the timetable is set up, it is going to display that data here. Section, class-wise session. Then there is a day-wide schedule report. Okay, what is this date over here? In the template, right, the entire timetable was only the Monday, Tuesday. But to take the attendance, you got to convert that weekly template of Monday, Tuesday into 21st of December, 22nd of December, 23rd of December, and so on. That is what this is telling actually. Today, in this day, what are the classes that are going to be held? These are the classes. And exactly if that day happens to be holiday, you know which classes you will have to conduct a makeup session on another day. Or make sure that you have already declared it as a holiday. Especially, sometimes we see that half day is declared as a holiday by the government. What should happen to the 4 classes in the afternoon? No problem. Whoever the academic administrator can log into the screen, simply put the date, and you will see the list of the classes that are supposed to have been conducted today. Then you got to make an alternate arrangement. So that's what Easylib tells here. Okay, so you have the complete timetable. Again, there are quite a few reports. I don't remember the exact screen. You have that whole screen. It's going to show like this also. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is the timetable part. Okay. So now timetable done. Now let's go to the attendance part. Wait a minute. We enrolled the student. We got the admission, right? But there is one step we have to do. We have to enroll the student to that particular class. The reason is that the student might have given a preference. I am getting admission to BCom first year. For that, when he has given that, all you have to do is go into the enrollment module. In the enrollment module, enroll the student who is going to study in this particular section. So CK Prahalad Institute of Management, for this particular requirement, MBA first year, in this section, who are the students enrolled. And if you want to add all these students who are all enrolled, you add it over here and click on enroll. Okay, now 2 students are enrolled in this. Now, out of this, one may study take Kannada as the first language, another will take Hindi as a first language. Now there is a question, confusion, second language. So in that case, there is a particular class-wise enrollment also. Class section enrollment. Here what you do, you see in the previous one, there was only one institute, academic year, grade and section. But here you got the subject also, right? So now here, let me go and choose this. So in this MBA first year A section, now these are the subjects being taught. Because some of them are elective, you got to choose, okay, for this managerial accounting, who are the people getting enrolled? So you need to enroll that. Okay. So now this gentleman is being enrolled here. But now Sidhu, if he is studying something else, he may not be enrolled here. He may be enrolled in the second semester and somewhere else. Okay. Another subject he is taking. Again, what you do is, now you enroll. So he also happens to be in MBA first year A section. I am also happen to be in MBA first year A section, but the elective of him is different from elective of mine. So Easylib provides you ability to neatly enroll it, making sure that you are enrolling the student to exactly what they are supposed to study. There is a class grade-wise enrollment, grade section, or year semester enrollment. Then there is a subject-wise enrollment, class-wise enrollment. If it happens to be a practical, there is a batch-wise enrollment. Even that is also possible. So we have gone really, really, really deep into that. How did we go deep? We interacted with many of you. We interacted with the professors. We studied the tenders from the worldwide universities and how they are conducting their academics and what kind of software to be written or not written. We may apply, may not apply, that is different. But we want to make sure that we design the software to be most flexible to cover all these different scenarios. So that way, once it is deployed, you don't have to keep on spending money on changing the software. So many of you who are customers of Easylib, you know how deep Easylib has gone into this. One simple example, if I take each of the module, if I go to the cataloging module alone, it has got some 50 screens over here. If I go to the periodicals module, that has got another 50 screens here. See this? So, why this is important? Because, one moment, excuse me. Why this is important here? Because softwares you don't change every day. Once you deploy a software, it's going to be used for decades or even longer. We do have some customers who are using Easylib for more than 20 years. Smooth usage. First, they started with Easylib 1.0. Software was this much. 2.0, 4.3, 4.6, 5.0. Now it is 6.4, 8.4. Software is becoming big, and at the same time, they just pay our regular maintenance charges earlier. Now it's a cloud charges. As the college grew, they took one license to two user license, two to four, four to six. As the college increases, staff increases, so we pay extra money, but all the usage is very smooth. So what we have done in Easylib is that whether it comes to the library software or campus ERP software, we got to go to the depth it requires for you to run the smooth operations. So that's why if you see over here, grade section, grade batch section, all of those enrollments are possible in Easylib. Now, in a typical class, only one subject is taught by one faculty teaches one subject. But you may have two or three, right? There could be a substitute one. You may delegate that authority. So we have even that also. Or if you happen to be a big department, you may have one person who is authorized to enter the data on behalf of you. So that is why we have got the ability for you to name which all staffs will have authority on that particular class. Not just the one who is teaching, one who is teaching, one who is helping, one who is doing the data entry, and one who is supervising. You can have the 4 teachers assigned to a particular class. Even that ability is possible in Easylib. Okay, so this is how you are enrolling the students here. Again, there are lots of reports. If you see, go back to that establishment module, right? You will see the complete dashboard of who is enrolled in what. Okay, how many are enrolled in what. So now, if I take this one particular academic year in this 20 Dayanand Sagar sample data. Okay, this is Easylib Academy grade 2 people, another 2 people, 11 people, 82 people, like that. Okay, for this academic year, who all is studying in what? You get a full data. Okay, all right. So now coming back here, so we cover the enrollment part. Now come the timetable. Attendance. Timetable is already set. Okay, now attendance part. Attendance, what you do? You go to the screen. See, I am now logged in as admin. So that means I have a lot more access. But when a staff logs in, he or she will only see that particular classes he or she is supposed to take. If you have got some 50 classes being conducted every day, the faculty will still have access to only 5-6 classes she is taking that day. In that, here, because it's admin, I'm going to choose all these things. So CK Prava's Institute of Management, academic this year, this one I had choose, and MBA first year I had choose, and today, who all is present, who all is absent. Who all is absent? You can enter this data. If you happen to have manually noted down these things, note down this and then tell that Mr. Vasu has been absent today. Okay, because that's how the simply you go to the class, you note down, okay, who all is absent, you can come back and make the absent entry. There is another beautiful screen also. It's going to list out who all students have to be, there is another option, CK, Prahlad Institute of Management. If I choose this, okay, so did I choose the date range correctly? Maybe the August 1. Maybe I have enrolled them for another academic year, I guess. Okay. If I had enrolled, it would show all that actually. Okay. So I might have enrolled for something else, I think. Okay. So now it's going to list out all the students who are present. All I have to do is just click. It will go to the absent. Very simple. Okay. This is class with attendance. All of that you are seeing here. Now, those of you have an RFID. Easily makes even that job easy. So as soon as the student enters to the classroom, that classroom gate reader can have the ability to call the Easylib API, which will mark the student is absent for that day. Sorry, present. Because when you are manually taking the attendance, if there are some 60 students in the class, those of you who have manually entered, those 5-6 people will be absent. But in the case of RFID, as soon as the student enters the class, right? So people who enter will be marked as present and the remaining are marked as absent. So RFID is presentee as the default, presentee based attendance, manually the absentee based attendance. But eventually they do the both. Again, there are quite a few reports over here that will tell you who attended, when they attended, which classes they skipped, which of them, are even deleted by the faculty. That day particular, let's say, holiday is declared. By default, everybody is an absent in that case. No issues. The faculty can say that, okay, today's class was not conducted at all. So it will not mark the student as present or absent that day. It is basically not applicable. So like this, what you are doing is you are able to capture the attendance of the students through a well-designed, versatile system that is giving you a lot of flexibility. In fact, there is even attendance import also. Why this import facility required? Because if you have got some thumb-based, biometric-based attendance, what they would do is give an Excel once a month. You can simply import that also in Easylib. Easylib will mark the particular student as present. That is the import. Okay, so now we conducted have all this enrollment done. We set up the timetable. We enrolled them into the learning management system where the students logged in and studied. We conducted these timetable based classes. Then we took attendance also. There are additional things. There is an assignment module. There is a quiz module here. You can set up the different quizzes. You can take the quizzes. You can set up the different assignments over here and take this assignments over here. You can take. Okay. So you can do the lesson planning. You can upload the lesson planning data. All that is possible in the Okay. So there is something called course reserve. So that means you use the library management system along with the Easylib to define which of the books the students have to study. That's a course reserve over here. You define the course reserve. So ultimately, the goal is that you are able to thoroughly impart the education using all this technology. Then you have the regular exams, where there's a traditional exam. First, you define what is the 1 hour exam, 3 hour exam, and all that. Then what all you are taking: annual exam, quarterly exam, monthly exam. Then you define the different exams to be conducted and become first year, BA first year, and so on. Then you group those exams to create the group. And that is how you know who has passed the first year, second year, and all. Then based on that, you grant the admission. Grant the degree. So this exam module itself will take about 1 to 2 hours for us to give the demo actually. Okay. So here I'm just giving a basic. So first set up the duration, set up the type, define the exam codes, what exams are going to be conducted, take a Prahlad Institute of Management for this academic year, for this grade, for this section, what exams you are going to conduct when. It's not set up, you can go and set up. So otherwise, you see what all is already set up over here. Take a Prahlad Institute, this one is set up. And this is the passing mark, this is the maximum mark. Right? All of that you are seeing here. Then the screen to conduct the exam, assign the faculty, assign the invigilator, enter the marks, so tabulate the marks, then finally generate the certificate. Okay, so as far as the certificate is concerned, you can use the ID card module there itself, which will help you design the certificate that you want and then come up with the certificate and then give it to the student. Okay, all right. So now let me show the certificate. Okay, so ID card. So here you are giving the certificate here. So now certificate. Yeah, there is a sample one, something like that. Maybe there is a version 2 is a better one. Some other certificate if I want to take. Okay, so you can define the certificates and then give to it. Give to the students. Rohan, note down to delete this incorrect data from the test system. Okay, so this is of course the test system, so that's why you're seeing some, this is not the great format, but we'll have to clean up that. Okay, so now marks cards, right? So when it comes to the, okay, let me see, this is the input marks here. So you can input the marks as an administrator one by one, or otherwise, when the faculty logs in, they can input marks card through that system. Input marks, then out of that, the marks card is generated. You want to give the demo, there is a huge activity here because, let me see, let me do one thing. I will choose one particular grade, student and all that. If I choose, so it will tell me 21 EAC 001, right? So let me open it in a different view here. Marks card. So this was Aryabhata School 23-24. Okay. CBSC. Okay, so CBSC, this one, what was that? 8th grade. What grade it was? 8th grade. Student ID was this one, right? What is that? 21 EAC 001. Exam group 21 EAC 001. Okay, no marks entered, something, only 8 marks, something like that. Okay, so then you will be able to see this. You can export it. This is the marks card. Then finally, the certificate you can use. Of course, there is a lot of customization is required because every school will have a different format, every college will have a different format. That is where the effort is required to configure it. Okay, so when we deploy Easylib at your place, right, there are 3 components that we have got. First is the server component. Second is the software component. That also includes the configuration changes. Third is customization that you require. What format it should be there. Loading of your data. Cleaning up your data. So come up with a different template that you use. That's a significant amount of work. So that's why each installation will have its own flavor of this marks cards and all that thing. Of course, there is a lot of import also over here. Okay, so this is the marks card part. So where are we now? We started a college in last 1 hour. Now we have started the college, defined what we are going to teach. We took the admissions, we granted, we collected the fee, we enrolled the students, we set the timetable, we had the learning management, we students studied, we took the attendance, then we took the exams. Now we have done the marks card generation part. Now once they pass out, they will become alumni. So for that, there is an alumni management system. Okay, very simple. thing is that you don't have to spend too much time in coming up with our alumni data, because in the master data itself, alumni is also built in. Profile, when they were studying, they were the regular student. When they become alumni, you just change it to alumni. That's all. Okay. So now becomes the alumni. If you give them the access, throughout their lifetime, they can have access to your system. Somebody studied out 10 years back, they want to download, oh, how much marks I got in that year, that subject. No problem. Log in and see. Feel happy. You know, imagine this. If you are a faculty, even at least for me, I would love the system if I had my college had given me this kind of facility at that time, right? So because see, that's how I love this new education policy. New education policy helps you learn what you can use throughout your lifetime. So now, if I had studied one particular subject 30 years back, it's going to be applicable now. If the college allows, you can, or if you allow to your students can become your lifelong students. You can conduct refresher courses every year. So the moment somebody passes MSc, doesn't mean that he will not come to your college again. You can continue to teach him one subject every year until age 20 till whatever 60, 70. You can imagine the amount of churning and the amount of transactions you can do with the students. You can use this Easylib software for that. Okay. All right. So now this is the alumni part. Of course, alumni, we have got a module itself separately. You have some alumni. Oh, wait a minute. Placement. We'll cover that also. Okay. Alumni, when they become alumni, all the data is visible here. Of course, you are coming up with the programs. You come up with the new initiatives to come up with a big building, big hall, auditorium, library. You want to find out, seek the funds from the alumni. No problem. Easily helps you track the contribution that each of your alumni has to give. Again, they'll give the money, they generate the receipt, they can download the receipt. So there's the alumni. You get a complete dashboard of which alumni has agreed to give what amount, how much they have given, how much they have not given. Who all have given, you can generate the receipt and give it. Okay. You can track which all companies they are working, because your alumni are the ones who will be ambassadors of your college. So it's always important to be in touch with your alumni. Can you get that data? Rohan, can you note down this to load a lot of sample data into this? Okay. Now they're all alumni there. Now there is a question. Which alumni you have talked when? And when they were students, have you been talking to the students regularly? Counseling are you conducting? No issues. Even those features are there. So let's cover the placement part and then I'll go to the interaction part. For the placement part, very simple. Here, you define all the companies that come to your college. Track all the companies' data. There is an import facility also over here. And those of you are from the engineering background, we have got the list of 1,000 companies we can preload and give you. Name, address, phone number, email, everything is there. We can load that. You can start interacting with them, increase your placement data. Here, we have loaded the colleges data because we are providing the software to the colleges. So that's why you will see college 1, college 2 like that. But when you log in for your organization, you will see company 1, company 2, company 3, because these are the organizations that hire your students. Now, when you click on a company name, you will see the company name, address, phone number, and who are the people in the company and what kind of interaction you are having with them. Then there is an advanced interface over here. Say, for example, if you click on this alone, let's say Maruti College, there are 4 people. I can simply click on +E, type the email. Dear XYZ Private Limited, we have great students. Come and please conduct a campus ERP at our college. You can send this mail. Come up with a beautiful mail. And you know what? You don't have to type every time that mail. Choose one of the templates. Client login details. This is a template. There is another new member entry details. There is, let's see, there are some more beautiful templates. Welcome to new clients. This is another template we have got. How do you think we send you the mails regularly? We use our own Easylib application for all this activity. You know, there is a template here, big bold letters and all that thing, right? We build a template. be in touch with the companies. And if the company says, okay, be in touch, call me after 1 month, no problem. You can simply go and set a future reminder for yourself. Software will tell you saying that, sir, this is the activity you have agreed to perform today, please perform. And if you want to know which company you talk to when, enter go and plus P. Okay, I spoke to this company and this was the person who spoke. What did we discuss? So you can track what you have done and you can track what you should be doing in future. So software really helps you to manage the things very efficiently without letting the things drop. I have seen some cases where somebody was most interested, but that gentleman forgot to put a reminder on his calendar. So that way the company was most interested to come, but nobody from the college followed up. That's quite a few scenarios. That is why Easylib helps you track every past activity as well as the future activity that you are supposed to do. No problem. Okay, there are multiple options here. And now, suppose from your college, you are providing consultancy service, right? By the way, you know, top universities of the world, Harvard University has got about $50 billion of their assets built. So many companies, so much of consultancy. Why Harvard? Even our IITs provide a lots of consultancy. Indian Institute of Science provide consultancy to Government of Karnataka on how to improvise this infrastructure in Bangalore. And when you need to raise an invoice, no problem. Click on I and then create an invoice over here. And we send you the reminder email, right? The invoices for the renewal for those of your customer, everything is generated in Easylib. Like that, when you want to provide consulting services to your customers, your companies with whom you are interacting, no problem, easily use Easylib system to generate the invoices. And which all invoices you have list, there is a beautiful list over here. You can see this complete invoice list. Okay, all that invoices. These are, you know, complete invoice list. You can see, you can generate the receipt, you generate the invoice, you can send it to them, track which organizations you have sent the invoice when, follow up on the collections when they pay the money, then at that time you can issue the receipt. All of that is possible. Okay, so now there is an AI component to that. What is this AI component? Artificial intelligence component. It also has the ability to put the company name. EasyOne software will go and find out the company information, come back and update your database. Beautiful, right? HR details it will get the company's contact details which from the public sources, and then update your database so that everything is visible at one place here. From there, you can use the plus E to send the messages. Okay, so this is the company interaction. Placement interaction, who is placed where and all that. We saw the dashboard, right? We saw that. Okay, again, there is an import facility is there. Customized report facility is there. Lots of facilities here. Now, so this was the part related to interface with the companies. Now the student interface. Your student interface is also very simple. Here also you can maintain here plus E. And when you know there's instead of one, it's going to show hundreds of students. Against each student, you will say, okay, what interaction you had when. Right? So here this is at the company level, but you can group the students under the different groups, first year semester, first year, second year, and all that. And you can use this plus P to track the interface. Or otherwise, there is one more option. You don't have to even use that screen. There is a master data here. In this itself, we can track which student you have had interaction when. Okay. So how does it work? Member list. I'm going here. This is the student. If you have spoken to Ajay, I make a plus entry saying that I spoke to Ajay. Ajay, we want to capture some of the details of Abhay. He has given some documents. No problem. Attach the document of Abhay here. You want to share some document with Ajay? he can simply go and attach the document here so that when Ajay logs into his global.easylib.net, he will be able to download that. Imagine the amount of time you are saving. Imagine when you were a student, how many times you went to the office to collect some documents. In Easylib, it's all very simple. Real power of information technology, we are trying to provide you through this Easylib software here. Here, for each of the students, you can maintain the attachments. You can maintain the past contact details. You can maintain the future contact details. You can maintain the notes saying that, okay, this student is a fantastic student, or this student is very good in so and so topic. This student has the power to do all these things. You can share the notes among yourself. So that's notes capability there. You can maintain the future action of what you should do. You can maintain the attachments as well as the receipts of the fees or anything that has been paid. And there is many more enhancements going to come up. When you click on it, it's going to show the complete history of what exams, how much he has scored, what LMS he has studied, what a time, what classes he has attended, what he has skipped, all that. That is another screen that's going to come up. And coming up with a new screen in Easylib, if you want to recommend anything, we have made the things very simple. You can simply click on support and open a ticket saying that, dear Easylib, this is the template of the new report we want. Please help generate. This is the template of the admission form. Please help generate. No problem. Our team will take it up. If it is an enhancement, there could be some charges. If it is a configuration, usually it's done complimentary and you will get what you want. Most importantly, it will help you as well as not forget what is supposed to be done. So once a ticket is opened, it will get into the queue and it will not go away until our team solve it or does something about that. Okay, so that itself is a power, for achieving the things. And that ticketing system, what I showed is between you as a college and Easylib. Now, each student also can open a grievance, right? So one of the things that the AICT wants you to do is implement a grievance management system. When you come up with Easylib, its grievance system is already included in that. We just call it as a service desk. Each of your students can open a ticket saying that, dear sir, I have got this grievance, please help me address. Or your faculty can open a ticket saying that I am in this room and then my fan is totally become dirty. Please have somebody come and clean it. Or I want to purchase this, kindly help us purchase this or approve this. So it can be office maintenance, upgrade, production issues, purchases, and in your college, it could be the one that is related to HR request, it could be infrastructure request, it could be the complaint, it could be the purchase of some material, whatever the type and subtype you can define. Again, everything is configurable over here. Nothing is hard coded over here. Here, if you see, right, ticket type, ticket subtype, one status, forms, these are not used once, many times. But we have still provided this screen because this helps you configure the system the way you want. You are not bound by the programming, how the programming is done. It gives the ability for you to configure it the way you want without having to spend lakhs of rupees after the deployment. One time easily will cost money, agreed. But once you become a customer, usages shouldn't have too much extra spend. That is our goal. So that is why all this is there. In fact, this SMTP credentials is all, what it means? How do we send the email to the students? Your own domain if you want, no problem. It can be SMTP, can be put over. Yes, you can see so many of them. All right. So now we gave each of the student ability to open a ticket. Grievance management we covered. We covered the student counseling part, right? So now we covered the placement. We covered the alumni part. Let's see what else is missing. Every organization has to file the compliance, correct? Compliance. Now it's 4:20. It's going to take another half an hour. I hope you can stay actually. Okay. Or maybe at least 20 minutes. We have come up with a GRC module. Governance Risk Compliance. That is one thing that is becoming so important today is the governance aspect. What are the policies you have got? communication policy, cloud backup policy. When you click on it, we have documented our policies. This is the real data. So we work, whatever we are telling the organization to do, we are doing it ourselves. Easily backup policy is documented, the communication policy, work from home policy, all that we have populated here. In your organization also, whatever policies you have got, kindly feed into the system. So these are the policies. What are the risks? Add that risk over here. Compliance category, regulators, so categories. What are the categories? Companies Act, tax filing, labor laws, other regulations, AICT expectations, university expectations, UGC expectations, NIRF expectations, NBA expectations, NAC expectations. These are all the different organizations, or call it them as the regulators, who want you to do some things. So you can clearly track what are such organizations, what all they are asking you to do, what is the requirement, and each requirement, when is it supposed to be completed, when are you supposed to file this document, and have you filed this document, and everything is possible to be tracked in Easylib. So that way our goal is that when you become customer of Easylib, it not only helps you manage the administration smoothly, it helps you increase the quality of your education, it helps you stay compliant with the government regulations so that you can focus more on your core activity of running the education institute than breaking the head on this different compliance reports, because everything clearly visible, one person can be assigned, he will take up this. So rather than having 4 or 5 people doing the same activity, on a pen and paper, you have 1 or 2 people neatly managing everything in the computer system. So that's the GRC system over here, right? Filing, finance. Many of you are using accounting applications. The entire accounting is part of Easylib. Here you are seeing ability to define the finance chart. There is an account type, subtype, bank transactions. You can generate the income statement, you can state cash flow statement, balance sheet, all the filings you can maintain it over here. Okay, so all that data can be tracked through the Easylib. So that's what we have done. When we say EasyOne, we truly mean it's a one system for you, EasyOne system. Okay, so you are seeing this in-depth finance module. It doesn't stop here. You have got this table, chair, computer, and so much of inventory. Where do you manage? No problem. There is an inventory management system. Here, you can track all the items that you have got in the college. What are the types? Furniture, computers, laptops, electronics. What all computers you have got? How many laptops you have? How many chairs? And under each item category, product type, you have the defined different item. You can print a barcode, paste it to each of this mobile, paste it to the computer, place it to the table, and you can also do the stock verification. Imagine this. So all of that inventory management is over here. So this one said it's a 5 minutes. I hope it doesn't disconnect by that time. But anyway, so we're almost done. Then it will be the question answer session. So inventory is there. Now there is a transport, because you have providing the transport facility to the system, right? Students, right? So you can define what are the routes here. Stops, what are the routes here? What are the route stops? What time, what is going to go when? Who are the drivers? Which students have enrolled into what? Complete transport you can maintain in Easylib. Going forward, you can also put a transponder in each of the motors, which will send the data of what vehicle is where. And by fitting the RFID in each of these vehicles, as soon as the student enter this bus, it is going to send a notification to Easylib system saying that so and so student is inside the library. Sorry, inside this bus. Of course, its library also uses this. That's why I said library, right? So as soon as the student enters to the gate, how many students are in the library? So similarly, you can transport coordinator can track. We have got 20 buses, and these many students are in each bus. And when they go out, automatically it will make an exit entry. When they enter the campus, campus entry is made. So that way, the whole thing, right? It is designed to help you manage it much better than manual or not having at all. So it's the transport system, right? And I was telling about that which bus has gotten what? It's going to look like this. So we use the system in our office. Right now, Shanbasappa, Rohan, these are all sitting in Easylib office. So you are seeing this data here. How many people entered that room every day? You are seeing this data. How many came by month? You have this data. You can put the bus number, you can get the report by bus number. How many have used this bus? If you want to see, okay, show me the history of one particular student, what all days, what all buses you took, when did he enter? No problem. Exact time, it's going to give that whole detail. So the whole thing will help you manage the visitors, students. Now, lots of reports, no issues. There is a reporting module, complete reporting module within Easylib. So there are campus ERP reports, multiple runs. There is a, let me see the reporting module, then there is a full report module, lots of reports here. There is an SQL report module which will help you design the reports which are not in Easylib. If you have a specific requirement of a report which is not in Easylib, you still want it, no problem. You give the requirement, our team will be able to generate the report and add it without even programming. So that's the power of Easylib over here. Okay. Okay, so there is a dashboard. What does it mean? You can set up your student information dashboard. As soon as you come into the college, you can see this dashboard. This is going to go to the different databases, different tables, give you the data of the real-time data. How many course results, customer relationship, display board management, library usage, college usage, transport, anything that you want, everything can be defined here. Let me close all other extra windows here. Okay, so now dashboards. So you're able to see the dashboard here. You can define multiple dashboards. You can define it. What's a balance scorecard dashboard? Dr. Ranganathan dashboard for the library. Principal dashboard, vice president dashboard, your own dashboard. You can define your own dashboards. So Easylib has that power to help you define the dashboards. Okay, so we covered the visitor part, admission, enrollment, fees, the timetable, attendance, councils. You can come up with the different councils, academic clubs you can create. You can define who is the chairman, who is the secretary, who can take the memberships, and they'll be able to run the operation. And if you have your own associations, you can maintain this association. And there is one more part that is related to the communications part. You can define the students' groups. Which students are interested in the Karam's test? How many are interested in the election? How many are interested in the history? How many in I Love Bangalore? Different groups you can create. Even the students can join those groups. You will be able to send a message to at a time 100, 200 students saying that, okay, these are the events. There is a Karam event is going to be held at the college. Please come and attend. So you don't have to rely on sending communication through the different like WhatsApp, separate email and all that. You can use EasyOne system to communicate. Okay. All right. I think we covered the most. Let me just do a cursory glance if I left anything. Syllabus management. Exactly as per Bangalore University, you can cover this syllabus over here. Okay. So there is a syllabus. Course reserves, I covered that. Faculty teaching setup, who is going to take, how much time he is going to take, whether a full-time, part-time, all that you can set up. Examinations we covered. Display board, that is related to the notice board that you can put saying that, okay, how many students in the college, welcome to so and so guest. You define one PPT, upload that PPT into the Easylib software, it will keep displaying one by one. Okay. So college events, one event, next one, it's going to keep on coming over here. Okay, so this is the events part. Okay, so somebody in the Dr. Ranganathan birthday in the library, they created this. It's going to just come one by one, correct? So when your VIP is visiting, make sure that you put that picture, have all these things. So it will display one by one, like that, right? And in your library, you have the library rules and regulation. During the admission time, you put the admission process over here. In the hostel, you put the hostel rules and regulation. In the mess, you put the mess related one, and everything you can govern it from the central place. One central place. Otherwise, got to prepare a PPT, take this PDF, pen drive, and put it over there, play it, or no. That's all old system. Through in Easylib, we have everything over here. You just go, just turn it on, and you open the system, and then you play this. That's all. You just have to click on display. It's going to keep coming up one by one over here. So that is the display board management. Governance we covered. So L01, all this is the library part. Library, we have a separate one. Journal publication, that's another one. How do you think IIST and IIT Madras are getting the top 1, 2, 3 and all that in the NF ranking? They do lot of publications. Very simple, easily provides that ability to track what publications have been published by whom, how many have been published, how many are in what stage. Everything can be tracked here. If you have got the data already, we can import that also. It automatically helps you to go to the next level of your ratings report. Data quality management, it tells you what's in the wrong in the system. That's for mostly for the library that's implemented. We'll have. Oh, leave management. Very easy. Again, how many staff you have got, when they have applied for the leave, what reason, how many leaves are balanced, everything you can maintain it here. Okay, asset we covered. Project management, when you want to come up with an extraordinary project, define what projects. And in fact, when NPS check code, that's the latest customer of ours, right? So when we say that, okay, this activity is to be completed, or this particular college goes live, we have 40 activities. So right now, this is the order that we got yesterday. How many of them? About 15, 16 items are completed. The remaining are in progress. What we have done is that when running the Easylib, we want to make sure that it's a predictable. So that is the purpose of this project management. And this project management module, you can use it for your own purpose. Right? So that's the project management module. Transport we covered, own publications we covered, study groups covered. Oh, event, I forgot. That's the event. You can conduct any events. You can take the registrations. Those of you, right? Today, you probably EasyOne Campus, the CMA has registered. Kenita, Lakshman Rao, all of you have registered over here. So now in Easylib, we get all the events that we have conducted. We maintain the data of who has registered over here. Similarly, in your organization, when you conduct the event, you can take the registrations. And the way you logged in to register for this event, right? You will have your events listed. Your people will be able to register for one of those events. That's a part of Easylib. Again, events list, what events, when, how many have attended, sending this, all that is possible over here. Event SQL report, there is a custom reports over here, all emails list of attendees. If I click, it's going to give me the list of all the emails of the attendees over here, right? This is the report. That if I want latest event registration, today's one, okay, how many have registered? 10 people had registered, right? All that. So that was the event part. Placement we covered, donor we covered, surveys you can conduct, the feedback, because that's one of the things that the NAC wants you to do is conduct the regular surveys. Again, easily makes you to helps you define your own survey, send a message to the students, have the students take the survey over here. Okay, so that was the survey part. Database management is for our use, health is our use, health check, API management. What is this API? See how much our powerful easily, it's still one software. There could be other software which are doing some other part. And Easylib need to talk to that other application need to talk to Easylib. The best example is the RFID, right? So we are a software company, we don't manufacture RFID. RFID manufacturers or RFID hardware manufacturers, they don't write the software. So what we have done, we communicate through what is called an API, application program interfacing. So when they want to communicate to Easylib, they call an API in this part. And then we respond in a similar format. Based on that, it could be, if it is implemented in a bus, they will call saying that so and so student has entered into the bus. So we make in our entry, the student has entered into the bus. Okay. And in case of a library, the book has been issued. That is the check-in one. Checkout, sorry, the checkout is the issue. Check-in, return. So that is how the RFID and Easylib talk. even other, the interfaces, vendors, lot of vendors, right? So especially in the developed countries, the vendor and the company and the college information happens through the APIs. So that's why we have developed this APIs here. So that was the API part. System SQL, our own use. Batch is our own use. Security module, very simple. It's basically we group the people into the different security profiles and security is assigned as per that profile. So that way, when you have got about 50 people in your organization, 100 people in your organization, 10 needs to have the access to the finance, 5 people need to have access to the inventory, some 4 people for the service desk, faculty access to about 40 people, and reporting access to 5 of them. No problem. All of that can be set up in Easylib. Okay. System registration you can stay off. Template is that email related one. And in future, these are the couple of things coming up. And I'll tell you, there is nothing like 100% because what we are chasing is a moving target. That means the more we write, the more requirement will be there. As you start using the application, you will come up with, I want this, I want this, I want this. That is why we have kept this support open. So you can open a ticket and it will get into the queue of who wants something in Easylib. And from our side, I can assure you that we will give a fairly robust software which doesn't have the problems quite often. And if at all you face any issues, we help resolve. Superior product, reliable service, and continuous innovation is our goal. So this is the complete overview of EasyOne Enterprise Management System or EasyOne Campus ERP solution. And as I said earlier, this is completely cloud-based. And whenever we need to deploy, we have got pre-written project templates. This is for the library management, we have this template already. Similarly, for the campus ERP, there are about 100 items. We have done all the groundwork. The moment you give the order, we'll come to you, sit with you, one item, second item, third item, tick, tick, tick. What's going to be done when? It's a thoroughly well-planned checklist. We follow the checklist, and as per my assessment, the entire campus ERP deployment from scratch till using all these features should complete. Within first month, you should start using the application. Gradually build on using more and more application. So in about 6 months, you will reach a stable state. Then it's only the enhancement, right? So that's our goal, to make sure that the entire campus ERP gets deployment within 1 month, the most important features, then complete stabilization happens within a few months. Within 3 months, that's our desire, maybe little longer right now, right? So thank you for staying all along. It's about 1 hour 35 minutes. I took the time for giving the demo, and I really look forward to having you as our customer for the campus ERP. As I said earlier, this is a completely cloud-based application, runs on our servers. We take the daily backup. We continuously monitor the application to give you the smoothest usage possible. So, reach us. We love to have you as our customer for campus ERP. Now I'm open to taking the questions. Shama, can you read out the questions?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
We have a total 13 people who have attended this. Okay. Somebody asked a question to me, how fast it will get done? Okay. Very simple. So once you give the purchase order, we'll start the work the same week. We deploy the software. That's only just about 2 or 3 days of activity. Then the next step is importing your data. That goes from 1 week to 3 weeks. 3 weeks based on the quality of the data. and what all we are loading. During that 3 weeks, we will also do the configuration setup. What are you teaching? Who are you teaching? What subjects you are teaching? All that thing. So in the second month, the whole usage will start at a much faster pace. So the entire implementation time is going to be 1 to 3 months. And for the extremely large installations, it may go up to 6 months. Okay. Okay. Let's see some question related to the security part. Security is proven within Easylib, well built already. So each of your faculty gets only the faculty access. Your students get only the student access. And based on that particular access, they will be able to see the screens. Okay. There was this somebody sent me separately this question related to where all this is deployed. At this moment, so different colleges are using in bits and pieces. So total about 225 customers use our software for the library portion and then many modules of this. Yeah, we are definitely open to having you as our customers of the application. There was a question related to the data security. Yeah, let me cover one more question I got. Security part. So question was related to the security. That's all these things. These our data center is hosted in Iron Mountain. That Iron Mountain has 7-layer security. So total. Basically, even for us to enter, we need to have a pre-authorization and all that. Then we give the Aadhaar card, and then only we can touch our servers. And for you, the data security is assured through all this physical security, and we use the VPN for accessing our own server. So that means multiple layers of logins are required to log into our server, and only the people who are working in Easylib have access to this data. Right? And as a policy, we log into your database only when it needs to be. Otherwise, your data is all with you, only for your use. We focus more on the software part. Okay. Then there was a question about the disaster, or rather the safety of the data. We take the data backup every day. So that way, if at all there is an issue, at the max, there may be a few hours of where you have lost the data. Going forward, we are also working on that something called high availability, which means that the data is written multiple times simultaneously. So that way, that's the high availability. That's going to almost cost double, but that's on the card right now. As of now, the data backup is taken on a daily basis, and so far it's been going great. No issues that we saw so far on that front. Kshama, go ahead. How does ERP avoid false and duplicate attendance entry? Wonderful question. So, duplicate attendance. So basically, the faculty, when he writes down who all has attended, right, he will command tick mark who has attended or who has missed it. Obviously, there is no duplication. And when the students enter, unless somebody gives the ID card to another student and then passes through the RFID gate, yes, that's an issue, because when if I give my ID card to my friend, and wherever my friend goes, even that is also marked that he also attended the class. Okay, but otherwise, we usually when it is entered, the data is not it shouldn't happen too many times, the duplication, unless somebody really wants to add the duplicate part. Okay, all right. Any other questions that you have got?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
In all ERP models.
Okay. Okay, let me read the question. In all ERP models, which screens or modules have mandatory fields? Okay, and which screens are not mandatory? So that's a great question actually. what we have done is that your data entry effort should be optimal. That means you don't enter too less data. You are not forced to enter too much of the data. So things like date of birth. Do we require? Historically, it was added. But do we require it now? May or may not be. So it's an optional field. But name mandatory field. Phone number, it's required because for the communication. But it's still optional field. Email is one such. So very minimal amount of the data is mandatory. The rest is all you need not enter it. So we have put a little star in each of the screens to indicate the fields which are mandatory. Hope it answers the question. Okay. So I see that we covered all the questions. Kshama, any other questions people have posted or asked you directly? You can ask.
No, sir.
No. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There was a question related to the pricing part. Let me tell you, our pricing is very flexible. Those of you who are our customers for Easylib already, so we make all these modules available for your use. You can use it, and additional charges will be paid when you need to have more users. Okay, so for trial library, you can try it out, and usually our pricing varies a few hundred rupees to up to 1,000. It again depends on the number of modules, the number of students, and all that. This is the per year fee we are talking about. So I can assure it's not very high, but at the same time it's not very low. It's our goal is that your total cost of ownership is the least. Total cost of ownership, it includes the cost of the servers, server maintenance, applying the server patches, firewall, infrastructure related to the server, that is a dual internet, air conditioner, daily backups. Okay. And then the software, customization, development, configuration, support, training. This is the cost of running a software. And our goal is that this is the least one. So we should be having the least amount of cost of ownership for you. So with that in mind, I think we are one of the most competitive ones, and it's going to get even more competitive price. So that's the reason why we have not increased our library software price for almost like last 3 to 4 years. How? We have been achieving more and more efficiency. So that's how we are passing those benefit to you. And I am hopeful for the campus ERP also, we'll be able to offer you those kind of benefits. Okay. Shama, if you're done with the questions, we can conclude the webinar. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
And yeah, thank you so much for attending this the webinar. And you have questions, if you have any things that you want to reach us, here are my contact details. My name is Vasudesh Pandey, and I can reach this number, or you can reach one of our team members at couple of team members I'm typing here. And those of you who know Sidhu already, you can reach him at 457-45630, 630 Sidhu HC. Okay, and this is my number, and my email ID is vasumd@easylib.net. And the team member who has been interacting with you all along is Kshama Joshi. She can be reached at kshamajoshi@easylib.net. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to onboard onto the EasyOne system. Bye for now.